Hello guys, how are you doing? This is the 28th episode of Python tutorial series. So we have first default parameter value. The following example shows how to use a default parameter value. If we call the function without argument, it uses the default value. Okay. Def my function. In the parenthesis we have country equals to Norway. So country is the parameter and Norway is the default value. So then colon and indentation print I am from plus country. So the function has been called 4 times, but in the third case no argument is sent. So in that case I am from Norway will be printed out, and in the other 3 cases, since the argument is sent, so in the first case I am from Sweden will be printed out, in the second case I am from India, and in the fourth case I am from Brazil will be printed out, but in the third case the default parameter Norway will be printed out like I am from Norway. Let's see. See the third, I am from Norway. Oh gosh. Now we will say passing a list as an argument. Okay. You can send any data types of argument to a function, string, number, list, dictionary, etc. and it will be treated as the same data type inside the function. Okay, example given, if you send a list as an argument, it will still be a list when it reaches the function. Okay, def my function of food colon for x in food print x. So food has to be an iterable item, iterable, simply called iterable. So fruits equals to, now after the function definition, it's a list of containing 3 items, apple, banana and cherry. Then the function is called and the argument is the fruits list. So since food is the parameter out there in the function definition, now food will be a list. So for x in food print x, which means that first apple, then banana, and then after that cherry will be printed out in 3 separate lines. Return values. To let a function return a value, use the return statement. Functions can also return values. So like take this one for example, def my function of x, whatever argument it gets, it multiplies the argument with 5 and then return this value. So print of my function of 3, print of my function of 5 and print of my function of 9. First 15, then 25, and after that 45 will be printed out in 3 separate lines. The pass statement. Function definitions cannot be empty. But if you for some reason have a function definition with no content, put in the pass statement to avoid getting an error. Okay, like you have defined, you have introduced, you have started a function, but you have not finalized the code yet. You have not even thought about the code yet, but you want to run the whole program to see the current status. In that case, you cannot keep the function definition empty. You have to put something in it. If you have not finalized your code for this particular function, then simply write pass. Okay. Now recursion. We have to try it ourselves. Nothing, no output. Having an empty function definition like this would raise an error without the pass statement. Now Python also accepts function recursion, which means a defined function can call itself. Recursion is a common mathematical and programming concept. It means that a function calls itself. This has the benefit of meaning that you can loop through data to reach a result. The developer should be very careful with recursion, as it can be quite easy to slip into writing a function which never terminates and one that uses excess amounts of memory or processor power. However, when written correctly, recursion can be a very efficient and mathematically elegant approach to programming. Okay. Now in this example, try underscore recursion parenthesis is a function that we have defined to call itself recurse. We use the k variable as the data, which decrements -1 every time we recurse. The recursion ends when the condition is no longer greater than 0 when it is 0. To a new developer, it can take some time to work out how exactly this works. Best way to find out is by testing and modifying it. Okay. So recursion example, def. This is the definition, try underscore recursion, one parameter, that's k colon. If k is greater than 0 colon, result equals to k plus, oh gosh, I guess I should do this, k plus try recursion of k minus 1. So, you know, so before we can finish this particular iteration or function call, the function is called again. So let us remember what are the steps that are due. The print result statement and also the returned result statement. I guess that's it. Print result and return result statement. Okay, I solved this problem this afternoon. It was little bit, it seemed a little bit easy, but now it looks complicated. Let me simply read this code of line to you. Def try underscore recursion of k colon, if k is greater than 0 colon, result equals to k plus try recursion, try underscore recursion of k minus 1, print result, else result. Else means when k is no longer greater than 0, k is 0, then result is 0. And at the end of the try recursion, you know, what should I say, function definition, we have returned result. Now print, first of all, there's a string like backslash and backslash n, that means and two new lines. Okay, fine. Then recursion example results. After this print out, the function is called, the recursive function with the argument 6. So you know what? So when k is 6, so k 6 is greater than 0, the result will be, you know, what is the value of result? I have no idea, but as you can see, this is in the reverse order, like 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Okay. Now create a function named my function. It's very easy. Simply let me click submit first, submit answer. First of all, I have to use def space, then my underscore function, then a pair of parentheses. This is how. Okay, this is how you define a function. Okay guys, this was the, let's say, 28th episode of Python tutorial series. I'll see you again in the 29th.